Today we're gonna put you in the boots of somebody trying to start a motorcycle club in Texas, from sitting down with one percenters or council of clubs to get blessed to war over the Texas bottom rocker. Let's get into it.
We run the night, we run the night, run.
Big shout out to the Ghosts and the Ghost Sets. I'm Sos the Ghost. This is Demon's Row. Before we set this off, this isn't about independent riders. Every day, thousands of people ride through Texas, California, New York, the rest of America without a single issue. This series is looking at these states from the perspective of motorcycle clubs. If you're trying to start a club in that state, ride into another club's established territory, or wearing patches you haven't earned or shouldn't be wearing, that's a completely different conversation. So please, miss me with the I ride with no patches and I'm the super gangster of the year. No shit. If you ride with no patches, you're definitely not gonna have issues. So stop acting like you make outlaws quiver. Nobody believes you. This is for the people that actually ride in these situations, not in the comments. Number one, let's start from the point of view of starting a club in Texas. Imagine you pull into a gas station, you shut the bike off, take your helmet off, and almost immediately notice the same patch, bike after bike. You start noticing it's the banditos. Imagine it ain't just you. It's you and 6 of your homeboys. Y'all been talking for months about starting your own motorcycle club. Texas might seem like the perfect place for you. Then reality hits. They don't know who you are, where you came from, and they're going to find out. If you want to be an established MC in an area where the banditos have a long-standing presence, don't think that you're just gonna pop out without people wanting to know who you are. There's a few options at that point. You're willing to go to war with them and their support clubs, and everywhere you go, like the Mongols, Pagans, or Beast MG, they might tell you have to be a red and gold support. Are your friends ready to say yes, or even worse, no? There's clubs like the Homitos who broke away from being support, but that led down a bloody path. Now, there's ways around these issues. In any state, if you want to start a club, go to your local COC. For this instance, it would be the Texas Council of Clubs and Independents. They have different locations in Houston, San Antonio, Central Texas, Corpus Christi, it goes on. This is where the clubs and independents meet, work through issues, and where new clubs can introduce themselves instead of surprising everybody. Big time outlaws and other riders sit on these boards and they will get you blessed. If you skip these steps, prepare for confrontations at every gas station you ride through. You might ask yourself, why does it have to be like this? Think about it. If a rival support club starts growing in your backyard, 20 members become 50, 50 becomes 100. Before you know it, they're hundreds deep and competing for influence in the same area. Whether you agree with it or not, this is the way life is. That's why many established clubs see it as protecting what they already built, not just trying to stop somebody new. And it's unfortunate, but imagine you do everything people told you to do. You met with the right people. You went through the COC. You shook hands. You showed respect. Then one day, they look you dead in your face and say, no. Now the room gets quiet. Everybody in your club is looking at each other. Thousands of dollars in patches, months of planning. Brothers that already told their families that they were doing this thing. Now, let's talk about the point of view of walking into your first Texas Council of Clubs meeting. What will that look like? Everybody wants to talk about motorcycle club wars. Nobody wants to talk about this. You pull up into this parking lot and shut the bike off. This isn't like any bike night you've ever been to. Everywhere you look, different motorcycle clubs, different patches, clubs you only heard stories about are walking through the same front door. One of your brothers looks over and says, so this is where everybody comes to talk. You nod, looks like it. You think it's automatically gonna be drama. You see handshakes, brothers introducing themselves, clubs catching up, people talking about upcoming rides, charity events. It's not what you thought it was. Social media has a way of making MCs look like they only come together when somebody got their head bust open. Standing in this room, you realize that's not the whole story. There's a lot more levels, a lot more dimensions to this culture. Real quick, if you enjoy MC culture content, smash that like and that subscribe button and get your Ghostavelli motorcycle riding mask, Paisley gloves, Demons Row snapbacks in all colors, track races, we got it all, and you can get it on www.demonsrow.com. Let's get back into it. And this is why experienced clubs tell new clubs not to skip steps. In many areas, COCs give motorcycle clubs and independents a place to communicate before they turn little issues into bigger problems. Now, every state and every region handles things differently, and not every club participates in these COCs. But understanding how these things work, where you ride can save you a whole lot of unnecessary drama, and you're connected. If you're serious about building an MC, walking into a room like this takes more guts than just talking about it. You're standing face to face with the people who have been part of the culture for years. They're gonna have you introduce your club, answer questions, listen, learn, and show people who you are so you could build something, not just make noise. The web will only show you the explosions. It almost never shows you the conversations that keep them from happening. Now, let's talk about pulling into your first Texas rally. You park the bikes and start walking around the rally. You walk around, motorcycles everywhere, patch here, pat there, support clubs, vendors, and the clubs you only heard stories about, they're all right there. And if you're being honest, you've watched the videos. You've seen people getting stomped out in parking lots. You've seen fights break out, shootouts, all the negativity. So if you're new the whole time you're walking through the rally, part of you is wondering, is today gonna be one of those days? Is shit gonna hit the fan? And you'll start to realize as hours go by, nothing. 2 hours go by, still nothing. Instead, you see clubs interacting with each other, and you start realizing that they have the same social circles. So these clubs function with each other on a daily basis. If somebody only watches the internet, they'll think something goes wrong every 5 minutes. It never shows you the hundreds of hours where everything just goes right. But if you're from the streets, you have to understand, you don't ever let your guard down just because of that. You're still a new club. People are still noticing you. They don't know who you are, and you don't know who they are. Don't get too familiar and don't get too jokey with people you don't know. That's why experienced clubs always tell new clubs to slow down, watch, listen, stop fucking talking so much sometimes, and learn the room, learn to listen to what's going on. Respect the people who were there before you. You'll be surprised how many situations you'll get out of just by keeping your mouth shut and not having an opinion or not being too boisterous about what's going on in the scenario. One thing you have to realize when you're at these things in your new club, people will not forget how your club carried itself. This works because the emotion changes fear. So the moral of this story when you're at a rally, just be cool, have a good time, and don't be too friendly. That's just my personal advice. Let me know in the comments if you know something that somebody that you ride with has a tendency to do in these situations that gets them caught up. We all know people that do it. Now, let's talk about the point of view. Stitching the Texas bottom rocker onto your vest. Think about that sewing machine running. Everybody standing around watching. You finish one side, stop for a second, and look down at the patch in your hands. Texas. You line it up across the bottom of the vest. Right before you hit that pedal, one of your brothers says, "Are you sure we're ready for this?" Maybe nobody answers because everybody in that room knows once those stitches go through that leather, there's no pretending. You're telling every established motorcycle club in Texas, your club has arrived. That little piece of embroidered fabric just became the loudest thing on your vest. Some people think a bottom rocker is just telling people where you're from. If you know anything about this culture, it means a whole lot more than that. I interviewed Smoke of the Calaveras Motorcycle Club, a 13 Diamond Outlaw club in Texas. I'll link that in the description. Coolest motherfuckers you'll ever meet. They didn't just wake up one morning and stitch a Texas rocker onto their vest. They put in pain, time, and established who they were. Once that vest goes on, it's go time. Your club is what people see. Now imagine you and your brothers skipped every one of these steps. You ordered the patches online, stitched it, Texas, across the bottom of every vest. And next week, you are the unlucky contestant who's rolling into a bike night, rally, or a gas station, acting like you've been there forever. How long do you think it takes before somebody walks over? That is the game. Some clubs spend years building relationships and don't even get that bottom rocker. They still have a city. Others skip every step and then act surprised when the questions start. Anything with territory, leave it alone. By now, you should realize something. Starting a motorcycle club in Texas was never about buying a Harley or ordering patches online. It's about the long haul, respect, knowing the game. You put these patches on, you don't even know what they mean. You just started it. You don't know the history behind this shit if you didn't really live it. Whether you agree with it or not, it isn't the point. This is how it is in real life. If you're gonna play this game, you have to understand the rules before you make the first move. This was just Texas. Let me know what you want to hear about next. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby.